All right, welcome to Strength Workout 2. We're ready to get right into it. Randy, you feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
Little heat. All right, we're gonna start off with that bonus warm-up. Just like we did in Strength Workout 1, we'll start with a lunge fly. So we want you to lengthen that TRX all the way out, facing away from it. And we'll start off we're going to just alternate right through. It'll be lunge fly for the first 10 and then a lunge press for the second. So here we go. Driving it in. Excellent, Randy. Now you notice as Randy's going through, he's going through all sorts of different ranges of motion, getting up high, trying to really open up those shoulders across all the planes of motion, every direction. So as soon as he's done his 10, what we're going to do is switch that to a press. So now he's lunging into that press. Again, today's workout is very upper body focused. Excellent, Randy. Trying to open up those shoulders, get the hips moving, probably recovering a little bit from the first workout. Excellent job. Now as we finish our 10, we're gonna move directly into our squat row. So leave the TRX as it is, squatting straight down and rowing yourself up. Notice Randy's got a nice high elbow position there. His head is nice and high, looking up at that anchor point, squatting right down through his heels, coming up. Beautiful job. Excellent work. Keep those eyes up nice and high, and get nice and deep. And now on the second 10, we're going to go right into an overhead. So it's a squat to an overhead raise. Continuing to warm up our lower body and getting all up into those shoulders, posterior chain, up nice and high, driving up. Attaboy. Nice and quick. Keep your tempo quick at home. Good pacing. You should be feeling your heart rate come up and those muscles warm up nice and good. It's a quick warm up, just a couple minutes, and we're ready to go. All right, how you feeling? Loose?
Yeah, getting there.
All right, the first exercise is the big one. It's the suspended incline press. Now, this is a really unique set. You've got 4 minutes and 20 repetitions. You can space them out, strategize it however you want to. All but the very fittest of you are going to fail at some point through this. You'll have to go down, you'll have to rest. That's by design. Your goal is to try and get as many high quality suspended incline presses as you can, and sometime in the 4 minutes, complete it. Ideally, you finish up early and you can move right along, but you've got 4 minutes. Get on the clock now. So we've got it into single handle mode. Get that foot up and suspended. Once you're there, you're going to turn around just as Randy has. Put your hands there. We're set to go. He's backed up, he's up, and away we go. Right down, crown to ground, crown to ground. Keep that core nice and tight, nice and tight. Good work through the obliques. Excellent, Randy. Straight down as best you can, best you can. Beautiful. Nice job. That's it. How many was that?
Halfway.
We're halfway there. We've only burned about 30 seconds. That should give us lots of time to have another good push and get all the way through it. That's a good one.
Now I find these to be one of the more challenging exercises in this series, so.
Randy just understated that.
I hope you do too.
Might be the understatement of the year. So whenever you're ready, get yourself in position again and start to go out. Your first push is going to be much bigger than your subsequent ones. Randy's got 10, we've still got 10 to go. We're almost a minute in, so we've got lots of time still, lots of time to rest, recover. Again, this is designed to be a big multiple set. Take as much rest as you need, but don't exceed your 4 minutes. All right, we're about a minute in. Randy's going to give it another shot. Hoping to get at least 3 if we can't get up nice and high. Attaboy, very good. Straight down, good. Don't short stroke those, come on now. Beautiful. Good tight abdominals. Look how his tailbone is up perfectly. Let's even get one more there, Rand, one more. Drive it up, up, up. Oh, almost. Excellent job. So we're what? We've got 3 more in, so we're at 13. We've a minute and a half down. That's 2.5 minutes to go to get 7. Notice, that first big set takes its toll. Randy was able to rattle off a solid 10 to begin with. That was 3, and the last one was a bit tight. Now, for you big guys out there, this one is hard. This is all about strength to weight. The smaller guys tend to have a much better luck with this. So for the big guys, carrying all that extra muscle mass, it is definitely not helping you on this one. We're 2 minutes through, that's halfway.
Guys like me, well,
old fat guys, I don't know what to tell you. So here we are.
How are we looking now?
We're 2 minutes in, halfway.
All right.
We've got 13 down. Notice how Randy gets himself back. Now he's choosing a really steep position. Again, you don't have to. You can always go to the modified one with your foot down. Here we are. 1, good, come on now. Drive it up, good tight abs. Perfect. There's the 3, we're at 16.
I think I'll stop there.
All right, so we've got 4 to go. We're 2.5 minutes in. That means we've got 1.5 minutes to go. This is looking super good. I think we'll be able to get through it no problem. Now, in terms of strategizing, because there's a lot of strategy to this set, do you think you're gonna go for the big 4 or 2 at a time?
I'll probably go for the big 4 and end up at 2 at a time.
All right, well here's what we can try and do. If you run out, sometimes you know, Randy may go for the big 4, he gets 2 in, and then may decide to go to the modified version to finish the set, and that'd be all right. I think I might have just talked him into that one. So we've got just under a minute to go. For those of you who are doing this at home, you can time it just on this. Time is crunch time now. So get back nice and steep. Here he comes up. There's his 1, beautiful. 2, good, he's going for it. Nice, come on now. Come on, go with him. Last one. Oh, and finish it off. Give me a bonus one. Straight down, give me 1 more. Beautiful job. Excellent work, Randy. So for those of you at home, you've got 25 seconds left. Really try and get it down there and work as hard as you possibly can. Now, if you have to go down to that foot on the ground, or maybe you just started there, that's all right, but stay strong to the end. You've got 13 seconds left. 10 seconds now. Come on now, give it everything you've got. 5 seconds.
I think I left a nice forehead print in the
5
dirt.
seconds. Try not to leave the forehead print in the dirt. 2, 1, done. Nice job. All right, we can move on now.
Okay,
the next one is almost as challenging. It's the atomic push-up. Now we've got a 45-second rest period here. As soon as we get our 45 seconds down, we're gonna be into it. It's 2 sets of 10. Now, 45 seconds is not much time to rest, especially if you took the full 4 minutes for your incline press. So, we'll get yourself into position. What we wanna do is get toes up and into the TRX, rolling over so you're in that push-up position. Make sure you cross over. All right, so down in the chest press position. Again, push up, make sure your feet are there. We've got 10 seconds before we start.
All right, I'll take them.
5, 3, let's get it up and ready, and start. Set of 10, nice and low. Pull them in. Randy's getting his hips nice and high. I want them straight down. Chest right to my fist. Boom, very good. Driving it up. Now you can add power to this. Go down nice and slow and drive the knees in fast and hard. Nice. Nice. Finish off this set now. Come on, work it. Head up, head up. Do not do these by bringing your head closer to the ground. Excellent job. We've got 45 seconds. 45 seconds to rest, and then we have to do it all over again. So another 10. Again, if you need to modify these, just put your knees on the ground, go into the push-up that way, and then you can come back to it whenever you feel like you can.
And if you think that these are not quite challenging enough at this point in the program, just wait a couple weeks.
Many of you might be able to just rattle these off on their own, but I guarantee you, post-incline press, it's a whole different story.
It is indeed, yes.
So we've got 10 seconds. Get yourself ready. You're down in this push-up position, sort of the ready position, knees on the ground. In 3, 2, 1, let's get it up and get it started. Nice. Good, slow on the way down, fast on the way up. Slow, get down nice and deep. Keep that head up. If you find you're lowering your head to the ground, you're just fooling yourself. Shoulders nice and strong. Hip up, hip up, hip up. Come on now, drive it up. Hip up, and knees under, beautiful. Straight down. Nice job. That's the end of the atomic push-up. Again, we've got 45-second rest, and we're gonna move on to that single leg chest press. All right, now, just like we talked about, if you watch your the setup and use period, as well as your exercise library, this single leg chest press, while on its own, maybe not so hard, in sequence, quite difficult, and we're gonna really emphasize stability. So, lengthen your TRX all the way out, leaning out against it. You're gonna bring your feet right close together to begin with, and then we're gonna get one wide off. We'll go 8 to one side and switch and go 8 to the other, and let me give you a hint. If you know you've got a smart and a dumb side, and almost all of you do, start with the dumb side, because you're gonna wanna be on your smart side to finish. All right, so get yourself set. We're up in 3 and 2, 1, foot out, straight down. Now I'm looking at Randy's hip here and I want him to keep it nice and straight. If you don't feel your core super engaged right now, you're cheating. Excellent. Manage that rotational force. As soon as you're done your 8, your feet come together, the other leg comes out. Keep that head up nice and high. Try and find a point on the horizon, looking out. Don't look down at that ground. That'll just drive your head down to the floor. Beautiful. Again, keep that alignment nice and straight all the way through. Good, strong, and you're gonna feel this in your glute of the suspended leg, and that's all right. Excellent job. That's a tough set. Tough set, and we got one more of them. Okay, so again, that 8 and 8, you can see this program is starting to move a little bit quick. Making sure you've got lots of rotational force. You should really feel you're having to control your core. Now, if you don't, all you need to do is wiggle your ground foot to the side ever so slightly, or go a little bit deeper, one of the two, and you're gonna get all you need.
But I think you're gonna find these chest exercises have a way to stack up on top of each other.
They do for sure. All right. Get a chance to catch your breath.
Yeah.
We're about 10 or 15 seconds out. There's our 10-second mark. Getting yourself set up. Now, wrap your head around this because this is the last kind of anterior chest component. We're up in 2, 1. A little bit steeper. All right, Randy's bringing it straight down. He's got great alignment here. Feeling that rotation. How's that core feeling, Rand? Beautiful. Straight down, straight down. Looking good. Making sure you exhale as you push out. Exhale strong, that's it. That's your first 8. Let's swing to the other side. If you can, wiggle that foot just a little bit to the side if you can, just a little bit. Feel that rotational force, finish strong. Come on, last couple, last couple. Nice job, get that leg out. Brilliant.
Oh yeah, moving that ground foot.
And again, when you move that ground foot, it's just ever so much, even a quarter of an inch makes a huge difference getting that center of gravity a little bit outside your base of support. All that falls on your core to manage.
Okay.
So, we can move away from your chest now.
Oh,
Not such a bad thing.
just in a nick of time.
Let's shorten the TRX all the way up. We're gonna move to our elevated or steep back row. So,
No
in this
rest
case,
for the wicked.
well, 45 seconds rest, so you
All
can't
right,
be
well,
that wicked. I want you to get down to that deep position. Really, the best way is to sit down on the ground, bring your feet in as low as you can. We're up in about 5 seconds.
All right, very good with it.
Straight down. Now, this is another one of those time sets. You've got 30 reps to do in 3 minutes. Here we go. Drive it straight up. Now go nice and slow, nice and slow. I know Randy's strong on here. I don't want him to rattle them off too quick, so I'm gonna make him go a little bit slower. Slow. And let's get a hold at the top. Just a quick hold and slow down.
Faster.
Little hold, slow down. Let's work that eccentric. Let's do them 10 at a time, Rand. Up, slow down, beautiful. All right, so our strategy for this is we're gonna try and do 10 each minute, and they're gonna stack up. Those first 10, he ripped off without too much of a problem. The next 10 gonna be a little bit harder, especially if I squeak him a little bit by making him hold at the top and really control that eccentric movement on the way down.
Let's not get too crazy here, Fred.
Oh, I'm not crazy. I just didn't say I was very nice. So we should be approximately 1 minute in or getting close to it, 45 seconds. Keep working through. Randy was pretty quick on there. I might have to move him to single handle mode for next time. Maybe I'll let him off on this one. All right, so let's get ourselves up a little bit, and we're gonna go a little bit slower on the way up, really slow, and extra slow on the way down. Really slow it up on the way down. Even drop that hip a bit at the bottom. Drop that hip a bit at the bottom. There we go. Now we get an extension. Good. Head goes back as you come. Head goes back as you come out. Beautiful. Excellent. Drive through there. Beautiful job. Come on, up, up, up. 10. Excellent job.
20.
There's our second 10. We're 20 in. We've got 30 reps to do. Another 10. We're only halfway through our time period, though. For those of you who are working it out at home, no matter where you are, keep trying at it. If you find you can just rattle through 30 of these without any problem at all, there's a few ways you can make it harder. As I alluded to earlier, you can slow down. Pause at the top is another way. Another thing you could do is put in a single handle mode and try and do these 30 on each side, meaning go to failure on one side, switch, go to failure on the other, try and rest up and continue along. Now we're almost 1 minute out from our final, and we're gonna try and take at least 30 seconds to do these ones. So we're gonna go nice and slow, 3 to 4 second repetitions. Here we go, slow up, pause at the top. Give me a 1 count at the top. And down, beautiful. Slow on the way down, slow, 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 slow. We're gonna try and count to 3 on the way down. 1, 2, 3, drive it up. Good, 1, 2, 3, drive it up. Pause, 1, 2, 3, come on now, up. Good. We've got 30 seconds to go. Good, last 2, come on now, finish them. Last 1, and he's gonna do a 5-second hold at the top. Drive it up, hop, come on now, hold it, hold it. Nice, bring it down.
Oh yeah.
Now you at home, keep it banging away. We've got about 20 seconds, 15 seconds to go. There's our 10-second count. Finish them. You've got 5 seconds to get to 30. 5 seconds to 30, and you're done. Super good job. Now, moving on, we've got the single arm power pull. You've only got 45 seconds to rest. While you're resting, I want you to put your TRX into single handle mode. Now, if your back isn't already toast, it's gonna be in a minute.
This is gonna be another one of those stack it up effects.
It might be a stack it up effect.
I feel it coming.
One of the other ways that you can make that elevated back row a little bit harder is if you're working on a flat, single-sided anchor, you might even be able to push your feet up against a wall or elevate it on top of a bar if you're working in a squat cage, and that makes it super, super
Or like
hard.
a plyo box.
Plyo box will work really well too. So, we're in 10 seconds, we're gonna be doing this single arm power pull. Nice wide stance, leaning straight out, big rotation. I'm gonna give Randy a good hand target here to come up to, and we're gonna get some good rotation. Away we go.
What are we doing here for
10 to each side. Good. Try and be as steep as you can and really open up to the ground as you do this. We want to get as much rotation right here as we can.
nice high elbows on the drop?
Beautiful. That high elbow pull is really important. We just worked that low back, mid back. Now we're getting high to mid back. Lots of shoulder stability. Excellent work. Right up here. Good. Making good contact up at the top. And there's our 10. Right away, let's switch to the other side. We'll get these other 10 in. Dropping straight back. See, I'm giving Randy a good hand target to come to. If you're not training with anybody, reach right up for the anchor point and see if you can't give it a tap and let those eyes follow the hands all the way back. No slack in the TRX. Make sure you keep your weight on it. Excellent. Finish this off right there, right to my hand. Beautiful. Nice work, Randy. Last one. Boom. Brilliant. Now we've got 45 seconds to rest. Again, you may be feeling that cumulative effect that we talked about a little bit earlier.
You may be feeling that.
If you're actually doing the workout,
I hope so.
I've got the easy job. Now this next set, I'm going to actually work a little bit of evil into this workout for Randy.
Oh, good.
If you're training with a partner, you may have seen this in the exercise library. We can give an added push, an added impulse to create this a very combative environment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him this hand target, and first he's just going to make contact with me for the first couple, really trying to push against me, and then I'm going to add some momentum that he's going to have to decelerate and resist. All right, you ready?
Ready as
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna be.
Last set. Straight up, push hard against me. Push. Good. Push. That's it. Now we're going to add an impulse for 3. Boom. Decelerate that. Come on now. Fight with me. That's it. And I'm going to finish these off all on his own. He's got 5 to do. Nice work, Randy. Come on now. Drive it back. That's it. And finish it. Beautiful.
All right.
Now we're going to move to the other side right away and get right into it. He's going to push against me and go. 1, 2, 3. Nice strength, Randy. Come on now. 4. Beautiful. Last one. And now finish it on your own. Right to here. There's your hand target. Pull it up. Good. 3 to go. 3 to go. Come on now. Keep working with him. Keep up with Randy at home. Well done.
Yeah.
There it is. 45 seconds. Now you can see, especially if you're working with a partner, as soon as you were pushing against anything, that should have ripped right down through your core and really giving you some good hard impulse. Now, still working with the back.
Oh, good.
We're onto the swimmer's pole.
Here we are.
This is the last thing for our back. Again, you should be feeling pretty fatigued already.
Chest feels like it's been there. The back's getting there rapidly.
We're gonna lengthen that TRX all the way out. Again, the real key with this, and we went over it quite a bit in the exercise library, is making sure that you've got that good internal rotation, high elbow position, and you're really extending out through your back and lifting your chest.
Swim stroke, right?
Exactly. So we're about 5 seconds from it. Let's get in that offset foot position, leaning straight out, and go. Driving straight up nice and tall. Good work. All the way up. Beautiful. Again, lift that chest. Excellent job, Rand. Really extend through, extend through. Keep those elbows nice and high. Nice and high. It's not a back row. Beautiful. Good. Last couple, drop the hips down just a little bit so you can get a back extension in. Nice job. Well done. You should really be starting to feel that right between your shoulder blades. We've got 45 seconds before we do our second set.
Now, Fraser, talk a little bit about what happens to these rest intervals as this program progresses.
As the program progresses, I mean, we're just at week 5 and 6, so to begin with, if you're earlier on in the program, you'll notice you've got longer rest intervals. Later on, those rest intervals continue to get shortened, and this program becomes incredibly demanding.
So enjoy them while you got them.
So this swimmer's pole, we're gonna make it a little bit harder. We're gonna bring Randy just a touch steeper to start off with. We'll see how long he lasts before he has to adjust that foot position back. In 10 seconds, you're up. Wrap your head around these next 10 repetitions and really focus on technique. Here we go in 5. Randy's got his end position. His offset is set, and go. Straight down, drive it up. That's what I'm talking about, right there, all the way up strong. See if you can drop those hips at the back, make it nice and functional. Beautiful. This is a huge, long movement, and you're starting to really feel it between your shoulder blades and all in your lats and back. Great for shoulder stability, great for swimming, of course, and just general upper body strength. Last 2, come on, finish them up with Randy. Come on, last one, buddy, last one. Beautiful. All the way done. 45 seconds, your back should be feeling like it's almost toast, and unfortunately that doesn't bode well for you because we're getting into our shoulder sequences. There's lots of postural work. Now this shoulder sequence, as I let Randy pace and catch his breath again, is all based, it's gonna be great for building shoulder stability, great for strength, and really good for your postural strength and injury prevention.
We're gonna be working those rear delts and the whole shoulder girdle from about 200 degrees throughout this.
All the way around. So to begin with, again, we're going to start in that Y position, so our arms straight overhead. Let's find that finish position, nice and high. Set your offset right around that. We're up in 3 seconds. Here we go, we've got it extended all the way out, and go. Straight down, straight up. You might have to make small foot adjustments to make sure that you're getting what you need to out of this exercise. Well done, Randy. Keeping that head lifted straight up nice and high. You should be focused on an area above the anchor point.
How many reps we got here, Fraser?
We've got 10, or 8 of each, sorry.
And there's 8 right there.
Beautiful. So our next one is, well, I think we've got 2 sets of each of these.
2 of each.
So we got another 45 seconds rest. And the reason you may notice that our reps are reduced, we've been doing 10 repetitions, we're dropping it to 8. We've recognized that this is a very, very difficult set that's very cumulative, so we've tried to take a little bit off.
It starts easy and it ends not so easy. Yes.
All right, so again, with this second set of the Y deltoid raise, this is the last one for it. Well, let's start off a little bit steeper. Always be trying to push your envelope. As you push your envelope, it's amazing, you'll find you can carry through a lot more than maybe you thought you could. And sometimes maybe less.
Hey, was that aimed at me?
No, of course not. You know my aim's no good. All right, so all the way up. Excellent. So you can see Randy's hit a much steeper position this time, and he's really working hard, but look at that extension he's getting. This is great to get out of that kyphotic or rounded shoulder position, really strengthening his back, and you're gonna feel this right between your traps. That was it.
That's it.
Beautiful. Another 45 seconds. Now the next one, very, very similar, is called the T-deltoid fly. As opposed to going into that high Y overhead, we're gonna come straight out. You're gonna be a little weaker to this position, likely. It's less in the anterior shoulder and a lot more through your traps.
You'll notice that a lot of this program we've structured to focus on the back side of the body, all the prime movers down the back, and not quite so much on the front side. And this set certainly falls in that category.
There's a huge reason for that. If we start to train too much to our front, too many push-ups, too many sit-ups, what that does is overload us this way and really sets us up for injuries in our shoulders and our lower back. So we're up in 5 seconds into that T-deltoid fly.
Okay.
And away we go. Again, dropping down. You can see the movement is very similar, but we want to come straight out, even with the shoulders. Randy's head position is perfect. It's nice and high. And again, we've got great engagement right there. If I put my hand right between Randy's shoulder blades, I can actually feel his scapula, those two shoulder blades, pulling together as he finishes off this set of 8. Beautiful job.
Now they're starting to add up.
Indeed, they really start to burn. If that's what you're feeling at home, that's okay. That's exactly what we want. Try and give them a little shake. 45 seconds isn't long, but it is enough to give you enough recovery. Again, this is our last set of the T-deltoid fly. We'll start a little bit deeper maybe, see what we can do. It's easy to back your feet off as you need to. So those little instantaneous adjustments are simple.
Which we might need to.
We may need to as they add up. So I think we're about 10 seconds out.
Well, then I'll wait.
You see, Randy's got a bunch of different strategies using. He's trying to lengthen them out. He's shaking them a little bit. All of that is helping with his recovery. So here we go. Straight out, he's got his end position and his offset. Perfect. Attaboy, Rand. Again, look at the extension he's getting through his thoracic spine. That's exactly what we want. Really allowing his shoulder blades to come together, and posterior delts are working like crazy, along with his whole rotator cuff. Last 2. Last one, up, 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 squeeze. Beautiful job. 45 seconds, and then we're on to the low deltoid fly. This is the last of our shoulder sequence. Now, this low deltoid fly is actually one of the harder ones.
It sure is. This one will sneak up on you in a big way, because at this point, it's starting to get challenging just to kind of hold the arms out there. This last one with all of the rotation at the end.
When Randy says rotation at the end, that's exactly what it is. What we're getting is our two shoulder blades to pull up and in together. It's giving us a lot of strength, and this is really, really good for anybody who gets loaded through their skeleton, actually with a pack. This is a fantastic exercise. It's really going to help prevent injuries.
Now the tendency here is to short stroke this at the end, and I'm going to try not to do that.
And again, we've got that nice position. Your offset position is going to have to be a little bit longer, and we're on. There we go. Now the other key thing here, Randy's doing a great job of keeping these arms straight. You do not want to get into the habit of rowing and then tricep pressing through. It's a whole different exercise. Keep those arms straight, really retract those shoulder blades, head stays nice and high. And again, we could drop the hips just a little bit and add a back extension right there. Beautiful. Brilliant job. Now, 45 seconds, and we get to do that one more time. That'll be the end of our shoulder sequence.
Mercifully.
Almost. So, again, that low deltoid fly, as I was talking about, fantastic for people carrying packs.
Absolutely. I mean, all the stress and strain when you're carrying a ruck under load, really pulling down on the delt, forcing the shoulders forward. This is a great one to kind of open you up and strengthen the ability to support through the shoulders as well as the waist.
Again, it almost counters that whole idea, as Randy said, that pack drives you through here and gravity pulls you down even further into that kyphotic or rounded shoulder position we're really trying to avoid. All right, we're up in about 5 seconds. Okay. Let's finish this off a little bit deeper. Nice wide offset position, and go. That's it. This whole one, what I want Randy to do is drop those hips down a little bit. We're gonna try and make it a bit more functional. He's dropping his hips, which means that the movement actually starts off with a low back extension, making it functional and a little bit more coordinated. Head still stays up nice and high. Finish it now. This is the last one, up, up, up. Beautiful job. 45 seconds. Now, a second ago, Randy said mercifully, and I said sort of. That's because this next exercise, we're moving into the core part of it, but it's the high back extension, and it actually has an element of your arms overhead.
A big element of shoulders.
Quite a bit of that element of shoulders. So while we're not really targeted on the shoulders, if you're feeling this is like it's not very fair, it's still on purpose. We're really trying to finish things off. So again, leaving the TRX exactly in that fully lengthened position. This one we're going to lean all the way back on, and it's all about that back extension. In the previous 3 exercises, we used a little bit of that dropping of the back to engage the low back. This time, we're really going to target on it. We're up in 5 seconds. So feet are together. We're going to lean right back, dropping the tailbone as far as we can, and straight up. Now this hinge all happens here, right at the back. Excellent work, Randy. Right down. You're trying to drop down as low as your hamstring mobility is going to let you and come up. But it should feel like it's coming right from that low back. And you see Randy ends up on his toes. He's really finishing this exercise off all the way up. And we're doing 10 of these. Come right through for 10. Last 2. Beautiful. Come on, one more all the way up, nice and strong. Perfect. 45 seconds. How you feeling?
That feels good. But boy, those shoulders really feel it.
Excellent. It's kind of actually, it's a nice complement to all of that kind of forward work that we did earlier on in the program with the suspended incline press, the atomic push-up, the chest press. Really helps to counter all of the...
This exercise is very much like what you guys have all done on a Roman chair. The back extension, except here, you're actually standing.
And that feet on the ground makes it a lot more functional. So we've got one more set, and we've got a little surprise to throw at you right at the end of it. So don't give up at the end of your 10. All right, so here we are. Let's see if we can get a little bit deeper even. We're up in 5 seconds. Get set. 2, 1. Here we are. Drop down, way down. Good. Now I might add a little bit to Randy just by giving him a little push.
Oh, thanks,
I'll give him just a little push for the first 5. Again, if you're working with a partner, and now I'm going to let him finish his 5. But at the end, I want you to stay standing nice and tall, arms straight overhead. We're going to add in something called a postural squat. All the way up, all the way up. Beautiful. Come on now. Let's go up strong. There it is. Now, the arms are up high, head is up, and he's going to squat right down, keeping those arms overhead. Squeeze right all the way down. You should feel this from the top of your head, right down to your tailbone. We're just going to do 5 of them. Just 5. Perfect, straight down, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And I could feel the engagement all the way up. The muscles on either side of Randy's spine, his erectors.
Lights up the back, doesn't it?
It sure does.
At least my back.
Lit up mine too, truly. All right, we've got 2 exercises to go and we're gonna be finished. However, they're 2 toughies. We've got some core work here, and the first one's a suspended pendulum. So I want you to adjust your TRX so it's about 8 to 12 inches off the ground and get your toes up into it so that you're in that push-up position. And all we're going to be doing is swinging from side to side. For those of you who checked out the exercise library, it's all there. We're up in 10 seconds, so at this point, you should be getting into the TRX and almost in position, rolling over. Here we go, we're straight up, push up, and we're gonna swing from side to side, and we're doing 20 reps total. That's it. Now see, Randy's got great mobility going on here in his thoracic spine. It's letting him pivot his hips from side to side. He's trying to expose his sides to gravity each way. Beautiful. Hips up, come on now. 20,
That's
20.
About 20.
Perfect. It's a fast set, but it's a bit savage, and now we've only got 45 seconds before we have to do it again.
This is another one of those exercises that as the program goes on, gets bigger and harder and longer.
And with less rest.
And with less rest, so you got that going for you too.
You know, as we really start to use less rest, the longer repetitions actually end up almost being doubled because we don't get to recover from them.
That's right.
So there's really a high muscular endurance component, and it should translate directly into increased performance for you. So we've got about 15 seconds to go.
All right. So right here.
Again, we really want you to focus on accelerating into each rotation. That means you've got to decelerate it, and that's what function's all about. All right, so here we go. We're up and go. Big swing. Pivot it, drive to it. That's it. Hips stay up. Hips stay up. Good. Don't flatten out. Keep it pivoting. Beautiful. Nice job, Randy. That's fantastic. Come on. Super good job. Now we've got one more to do, and it's called the suspended oblique pike. How your core feeling?
Pretty good.
Excellent. He says that like we need to add more to him, but I think he might not say the same thing after the suspended oblique pike.
Good point, yes.
What we're going to do here is I'm going to throw a couple little things at Randy as we go along. You really want to keep your toes up in that up in the TRX. Keep them suspended. This is a last suspended exercise, last exercise period.
And if you thought that the pendulums were a little easier than you expected, I don't think you'll feel that way about the set to follow.
This cumulative, again, that cumulative effect of working sort of the same thing is very difficult. We're up in about 5 seconds, so let's get down here.
All right. Offset hands.
Offset hands, one hand is in front of the other. That exposes your side to the ground, and up we go. Boom. That's it. Good work, Randy. Good work. All the way up, nice and strong. Again, we're really trying to get that hip exposed to the ground. Beautiful job. Good. Last few, come on, keep with it at home. Keep with it at home. Try and keep up with Randy's tempo. He's set a blistering pace to begin with. Excellent job. So that's 10 on that side. We're going to immediately roll over to the other, and we'll hit it on the other side. You can see how Randy's hips at the bottom of the movement are really exposing this side to gravity, and that's exactly what we're looking for. He's got a good high pike. You can see his shoulder mobility is actually allowing that. And if you can't get up quite as high, don't worry about it. Do what your body will allow you to do. That's his 10. Now we've got 45 seconds before we roll into the next one. But with this next one, I'm gonna give you a little peek at what the next progression is like. We're gonna preload it with a bit of a body saw, just for the first 5.
Oh boy.
Now this preload may not look like much, it's just a small little motion, but especially when your hands are offset and you allow that lever length to lengthen, it's a killer.
Yeah, a little bit makes a lot of difference on this body saw.
Now if you find to begin with you're having difficulty lengthening it out, don't worry about it. Do what you can do. You'll find that as you practice and get stronger, you'll really be able to lengthen that right out. So we're up in 5 seconds. Let's get that nice offset hand position, really expose the side of the ground, but we're gonna preload it by going back and up. Here we go, first 5. Back and drive it up high. Good, keep those hips pushed to the side, expose that downside to the ground, beautiful. Back and up, good. There we are, now go take that body saw out and just finish with the pike. Explode out of the bottom. Drive it down and explode up. Boom, decelerate it right at the bottom. That's where you load, right at the bottom is where it all counts. Excellent job.
Now we're right to the
Let's
other
go
side.
to the other side. No rest, go right into preloading with that body saw. There it is, preloading it. Excellent work. Sawed back. Good, and now we're gonna finish it off with 5 in a row. Again, that deceleration at the bottom is where the real hard stuff is. Last 2, last one. Come on now, finish it. Beautiful job.
Yeah.
Tough that thing at the end, that's for sure.
That's good work. Nice work, my man.
All
Now,
right.
for those of you at home who just finished it, congratulations. That's a super tough workout, and I'm sure you're feeling your upper body, your core, and especially your back almost vibrating. We hope to see you next time. Have a great day.